Hey there, everyone. It's your girl Barbie J here, and I am back with Tyler Perry's comedy drama, ZATIMA, Season 2, Episode 20, The Ugly Truth. And know that this is the final episode for the season, and it had a whammo of an ending, which a lot of us was hoping to see, and we are glad that it was there. So let's get right into this recap review. And the synopsis for this episode says Zach and Fatima take advantage of a window of opportunity to offer Jeremiah help, and Bryce works to straighten out his and Zach's financial snag. And before we get started, if you have not subscribed to this channel of mine, this Hey Barbie J channel, that we're so close, we need about 200 more subscribers. 100 more subscribers. Please hit that subscribe button, the like button, write a comment, and share. Subscribe, like, comment, and share, because sharing is caring. So, this episode starts with Zach learning from Bryce that all of their accounts are frozen, and Bryce is being snippety with everyone and refusing to leave when Fatima had already told him this wasn't a good time. He's all worried about not being able to pay his bills and blaming Zach for everything. And then we learn, which many of us had already figured out, it's Bryce's freaking fault. So Zach called up the bank and learned that the account is overdrawn. He said that all of his money is covering the company's account. Bryce went behind Zach's back and wrote a check that he didn't have money to cover. And Zach asked, "Why would you do that? I told you we didn't have the money. Now all of my money is gone. Why would you do that?" And Bryce kept saying, I don't know, man. It was a good deal. And I'm like, and this is just why Zach told Joe behind no with the deal and said he didn't trust your damn judgment. So now Bryce is like, it's Gary. He was supposed to deposit the money. So Fatima's like, well, that's the problem. Okay. Typical Gary. And Bryce says, I'm going to give that MF a call. Don't worry, Zach. And Zach is looking at him. Don't worry. I know Zach wanted to punch him out. So Bryce gets off the phone with Gary and tells them that Gary said he pulled out of the deal and didn't inform him. So Bryce rushes out and tells Zach, don't worry, that he's going to fix it. Angela leaves behind him saying, Zach, I'm so sorry. And Fatima tells Zach it's going to be okay. And Zach's like, no, it's not. That's all my money. So in classy Fatima style, she lets Zach know that she has money saved up and that she's got him. Zach is refusing to take money from her, stating that we just got back right and he's not doing that. And Zach said he'll figure something out. And Fatima tells him that if he doesn't, she got him. And Zach is like, let's see what Bryce does. And Fatima said, okay, but if he can't fix it, she's got him because they're a team now. Zach says he not gonna need it. I said, okay. He said, I am the man. This ain't going down like that. Then he wants to go back to the hospital, but Fatima insists that he get some rest. And he says he can't sleep. And she told him he needs to rest so that he can go back in the morning. She told him, I got something that can help him go to sleep. And he said, I know you're not talking about sex or that damn side chick. And she smiles and says, no, I'm talking about a sleeping gummy boy. So now we see Bryce at Angela's house on the phone. When he gets off, he tells her that he thinks he's going to get the money from his father. You think you won't get it? You don't know? So Angela says, well, that's good. And Bryce says he feels so terrible about this. And Angela told him that he should because Zach is pissed. So Bryce thanks her for helping him. And then he says he's got to go. So they fist bump by. Angela's like, you don't get to touch me. And she even shifted away from him when Bryce tried to sort of like pat her on the shoulder. And I was laughing. But Angela ain't forget what he did parading little Miss Missy, that junior attorney passed her. That was just the same day, I think, or yesterday. Anyway, as soon as he left, Angela called Fatima to give her the news about Bryce getting the money. So Angela asked how Zach was doing, and Fatima said he's laying down taking a nap. Then she tells her that is headed to the hospital to talk to Zach's brother Jeremiah about signing the papers to take his mom off of life support and letting him know that Zach has options, especially since Jeremiah is always on drugs, meaning she could get a power of attorney for Zach. So, of course, in Angela's caring and nosy style, she asked Fatima, would you want me to come with you? And Fatima's like, no, I got it. Then Fatima tells Angela to remind her that she has something to tell her. And of course, Angela's like, wants to know now, what is it, girl? Just tell me. But Fatima said, no, I'll tell you later. So Fatima shows up to the hospital to talk to Jeremiah, and he looks at her and asks, what the F she doing there? She tells him that she's not going to be disrespected, and he told her then she needs to leave. And he thinks that Zach sent her to have him sign those papers, but he said he's not signing nothing to make his mama die. So Fatima let him know that she works for a law firm. He's like, well, whoop-de-doo for you. And that with one phone call, she can easily have his situation sent to a judge, and they could give Zach power of attorney, especially when they give him a drug test. And Jeremiah's like, oh, you can't do that. But she let him know that she can. And he says, so, oh, you that kind of biatch, huh? And she said, watch your mouth, Jeremiah. Then she told him she'd rather not do that because she wants him to make the choice on his own to let his mama go. She tells him that the first thing the government would do is stop her checks. And she tells him that the woman in that bed is not his mother and that she is gone. She tells him that Gladys has no brain activity, no vision. She can't speak or even eat. And Jeremiah's response is, so you want her dead too, huh? And Fatima tells him no and wants him to not be delusional in thinking things are going to get better. Jeremiah gets a little loud and said how Zach didn't give a F about their mama, and she tells him he's wrong and that Zach did the best that he could with what he was dealt with, just like you, she said. So she asked him, would he want to be laying in the bed like that? And he says no. And Fatima says, so don't do this to her. Give her the grace to leave this world peacefully without being held on by her children. So he asked Fatima if she'd ever lost someone, and she said yes, her father at a very young age. Y'all, why did I think that her father was still alive and in jail or something? I don't know where I got that from in my head, but he was in prison, right? So did he die in prison? Did anybody know? Put that down in the comment section if you know. So Jeremiah is not sure if he's doing the right thing. If Fatima asked him, does he think his mama would want to be laying up in there like that? And I laughed when Jeremiah said, no, she'd be cussing me out right now. And Fatima said, then I think you know the right thing to do. So she got up to leave, and Jeremiah tells her that he's not a bad person. And Fatima says, I know you're not. He's like, I don't know what my brother told you about me. And Fatima says, it doesn't even matter. He asked if she, thought he was a piece of ish. And she said, no, I think you're a black man who did the best you could with what you were given, just like your brother. So he apologized for calling her a biatch. See, he apologized. Nathan apologized last episode. He apologized, and she said, yeah, don't let that happen again. And he said, it won't. Then Jeremiah asked her for a hug, and she said, yeah, come on. And she opened her arms, and he stood up, and he got in her arms and sobbed in them. And she told him, it's okay, it's okay. And she patted him on the back, and then he sat down and started crying some more. Now we see Zach in the house. Bryce calls to let him know that he's got everything straightened out and that it's all good. His dad's going to give him the money, and Zach said he better. And Bryce tells Zach he's so sorry about all of this, and Zach cut him off and said, just get it fixed. And I was like, I know that's right. And Bryce added that he's so sorry he blamed him, knowing he's got a lot going on. And Zach said, yeah, just get it fixed. So he hangs up with Bryce as Fatima comes in and says, wait, let me go back to Bryce. Bryce got on my last damn nerve. And I wouldn't even accept his apology. And I'll be honest, our business dealings would be over after this. I think our business dealings would be done, because how dare you? We are 50-50 partners. It ain't 51-49. You don't make a decision on your own. I don't care how good it was. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And my money was covering the business, fool. Anyway, now we could go on. I'm sorry. I needed to vent that out, y'all, because I was a little pissed at Bryce. I really, really was. So, as I said, he hangs up with Bryce, and Fatima comes in and says she had to run an errand. Zach asks her to sit down and tells her he's so happy that she's home, and Fatima said, me too. He added that he didn't want to do this by himself, and Fatima let him know that she's there for him now, baby. I'm here. Then he asked, how did she know that he was at the hospital? And she chuckled and said, funny enough, Connie. Zach was like, Connie? And Fatima said, yeah, she called me for you. And I was like, hold up, wait a minute. What you should have told him is how much begging Connie had to do and Angela to get your behind to go to the hospital. I don't think he would have appreciated that. You too busy trying to teach him a lesson, Fatima. I love you, girl, but you was wrong. Now, back on. Yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot of venting, y'all. So Zach said, wow, she's matured a lot. And Fatima's like, why you say that? He said, because back in the day, she would have been wild messy. And Fatima says, I can see that. And Zach asked what she said. And Fatima told him that she had a lot of great things to say about him. And Zach let her know that's over with him and Connie. And Fatima said she knows. And Zach is like, are you sure? And she's like, yes, because if it wasn't, she wouldn't be there. So Fatima asked Zach to talk to Jeremiah again, because, he may have a change of heart. And Zach said it would take Jesus and all the angels in heaven to change Jeremiah's heart. And Fatima said she's seen a few miracles in her lifetime. And he said for her, he'll think about it. Then Zach's phone rings and it's Dr. Harris from the hospital telling him that his mother went into cardiac arrest and they don't think she's going to make it through the night. So they rush out to the hospital. So they get to the hospital and Dr. Harris says, I'm sorry, basically letting them know that Gladys has died. So they go into the hospital room and Jeremiah's sitting on the edge of the, sitting in a chair at the edge of her bed. Jeremiah says he doesn't have money for the funeral. Zach said, don't worry, I got it. Then Jeremiah brings up a childhood memory of Zach bringing his mother flowers home from school and how their mama knocked them out of his hand because she thought it was bad luck. Jeremiah said, kind of laughing, and Zach said, yeah, she said when flowers die, it means someone or someone in your life will go. And Jeremiah's like, she was so superstitious. Then Jeremiah tells Zach that Gladys left some things at the house that he thinks Zach may want. And Zach said, really? So he tells him to just come by and get them. And then asks, will he let him know when the funeral is? And Zach said, of course. Then Zach tells Jeremiah that he hasn't seen him not high in years. And Jeremiah said, you better enjoy it while it lasts because he's about to get high as an MF. Yeah, I guess so. You just lost the person that loves you the most, you said. He tells him that everything that he loves is gone. Zach tells him that he got kids. And he said, they don't love me. They hate me just like you. Zach tells him he doesn't hate him. He just hates what he does. But Jeremiah feels that Gladys was the only person who loved him. Wow. So he tells Zach to come and buy and get his stuff because he won't be there long because he's leaving. And Zach's like, come on, Jeremiah. He said, nah, I'm getting out of that town. Then he tells Zach, you know, you got a good woman there. And Zach said, I know. And he hugs Fatima, put his arm around her and kiss her. And Jeremiah said, you better know. So Zach told Jeremiah they could get him some help. And Jeremiah said something that was very, very true. What he said, you've got to want the help. See, people try to help people that's on drugs and stuff like that, but if they don't want that help, it ain't going to do them no good. So anyway, Jeremiah gets up, kisses his mama's forehead and leaves. And Zach says, see, he's a different person when he's not high. And Fatima's like, yeah, she noticed it. So then Fatima tells Zach she'll leave so that he can say goodbye to his mama, but he asked her to stay. He said through his tears, thank you for my life. I promise I'm going to fix everything with this woman right here. I'm going to be a better man for my kids. And I'm going to make you proud of me. And he said, I love you, Gladys. Travel well with the angels. And he kissed her on the forehead and left out with Fatima. So now they're at the old neighborhood. I'm going to start venting some more, y'all. And Connie comes over to the car and said hi to Fatima and had a little small talk with her about Gladys. And Fatima was cordial. But y'all may hate me for this. And I'm telling y'all now, I was very disappointed that Fatima did not use this opportunity to thank Connie for calling her and to apologize for being so rude to her. Nathan apologized. Jeremiah apologized. Why is it Fatima could not apologize, y'all? Somebody put that down in the comment section. You can hate me if you want to, but she was rude to Connie for no reason. And if Jeremiah could do it and Nathan could do it, Fatima sure could have done it. There, I said it and I meant it. I ain't changing it either. So anyway, Zach comes over to the car and Connie gives her condolences and thanks him for letting her use his car. And he said, it's nothing and thank you for everything. And Connie said, of course. And Zach looks at Fatima, who kind of just sat there, So Connie said, so Connie and Zach did a half-ass hug, and then they they get in the car, and Zach tells her that Jeremiah is upstairs high as hell. So he opens the box and sees there's a VHS tape in the box. So Zach says, "Where's their VCR?" And Fatima tells him, "Oh, you know what? We have one at our job. Nobody's there. It's after 5. Let's go there." So they go to the law office and pop the tape into the cassette, and it's a video of Gladys, Jeremiah, and Zach when they were all young. They were playing in the park or something, and Zach said he doesn't remember any of that. So young Zach and Jeremiah run up to the camera and ask their mama why is she crying. We love you, and she tells them she loves them too. Now go and play. Now kudos to Cairo Ellis. That was Zach's real son, real son, Duvall Ellis's real son playing little Zach. Kudos. He did great. So proud of him. Anyway, yeah, his name was in the credits and everything. That's the way you do it. You put your kids into these movies and these TV shows too, just like them other people do. Anyway, then Gladys looks into the camera and tells them to not hate her when they get older because what she's going through is hard and that she loves them and she's going to leave or something like that. And so Zach is sitting there crying a little bit and says, she did love me. And Fatima said, and now you got the proof. Then Zach admits how much judgment he had for his mama, and he added that he just hopes that one day he could be the type of father that could fix the things that she did. And Fatima said, you will. And Zach said, I know because I'm already a father. And Fatima said, more than you know. And Zach looked at her and said, wait, what? He said, what are you saying? And Fatima said, Zach, I'm pregnant. Ah! Zach is like, are you serious? And she's like, yes. And they kiss and hug. And that's the way it went off. So y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode, this season finale. I enjoyed every episode this season. I really did. And I hope you guys did too. And I will see you in a few weeks to do my reviews on The Oval and Sisters. So this your girl Barbie J saying, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.